They weren't in my
never know. You know what I'm saying? You got one top 10. Maybe.
So the guy's doing a really good job.
and I am the way.
Hello. Welcome, and thank you for clicking on our faces. Today is a happy, sad day because it's happy because we got another fantastic episode of Superman and Lois. It's sad because this will be the final one that we ever shall receive. It's the series finales, guys. So with that being said, we couldn't do it by ourselves. Of course, I have my lovely co-host here, the Grand Slam Poobah, aka Bad Guy Jack. How's it going?
I'm in a good mood. You know, I mean, you said some nice things about me. I need to say some nice things about you. One, Cedar Superior, you did a fantastic job on Friday. You host your very first, what was it? It was a game show about whose house is it? And yes, you did a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you so much. I have the thumbnail still right here. Hey, check this out on YouTube. You have for all your game show needs. But also, we are not alone today. Vic may be coming in a little later. So if you're familiar with us, you're familiar with our third. And he's running a little bit late. But we also have a special guest here tonight. So
we're moving up.
Let's bring on Akil from the Bacchanal podcast. How's it going?
Got it right.
I'm just happy to be here. I haven't did a podcast in a while. So
no worries.
Back.
You know, not for nothing, Akil. The last time I saw you, I think we played Mario Party and you cheated. So I was really glad to see you back on the show.
I did not cheat. I think you played against my son, and he made cheated.
Oh, then that's even worse. That's terrible. That means something. Oh, that wasn't you. Oh, okay.
I will say
that was my offspring. That was my demon spawn.
Akil is the only person who has beaten me in Mario Party, so I'll give you a thumbs up for that. But if
Mario Party is just a game of luck.
What'd you say?
It's a game of luck.
It really is.
Some say luck, some say skill, but
no, those stars you get at the end.
Wow.
But let's get into the episode, guys. Before we get into the show proper, we'd like to get into a little bit of news that kind of sprung our interest. First bit of news here we have Sony releases 8 minutes Kraven the Hunter opening scene. So they released the full first 8 minutes of the movie. If you haven't yet watched it, check out my channel. I linked it in my communities tab. But I'm interested to hear what you guys thought about the first 8 minutes. Akil, would you like to go first?
I feel like it's a notch above Venom. Okay. It's ridiculous. Like, especially the weightlifting scene where everybody put their body weight and he's like, nah, son, I got this. Like he lifted about like 500 pounds. Like nothing. Easy work.
Okay.
I watched that scene with my 9-year-old. And then he was upset because they weren't speaking English. He's like, I ain't doing all this reading. I was like, Kraven's European. There's going to be some reading in the beginning. So that was off-putting for him. But I'm interested. I know what I'm getting into. I know it's going to be a Sony project with no Spider-Man. They might hint at Spider-Man. They won't name drop. With this one, it's rated R. So I'm going to look forward to the gratuitous violence. But it's probably going to be a mid project. We know it, but we're going to have fun.
All right. But when you say it's a notch above Venom, which Venom? Because there's been a couple
all the Venoms to me have been mediocre. The last one I felt was probably the best because it knew its place. It's like, look,
okay,
we know what we are. We know the audience that we've been catering to. And we're going to double down on that. I feel like Kraven still going to be cheesy and corny, but it's going to have that rated R aspect that Venom was missing. Like Venom was biting off heads, but it was clean. No blood, no nothing. With Kraven, we're going to have more violence with the R rating.
Okay. What about you, Jack? What did you think of the trailer?
So I immediately held a grudge against you for making me watch this trailer. But watching these 8 minutes, I can already sit here and say, absolutely not. I will not go see this movie. I feel like you put certain movies. So okay, there was a Venom movie, Mobius movie, Madam Web movie, and you know what was missing in here was Spider-Man. And Kraven the Hunter, I don't think is interesting enough to have a solo movie. But from the things that I saw, look, people are going to like this movie because, Aaron Johnson Taylor is going to be shirtless and everyone's going to be like, yeah, this movie was great. I don't have any high hopes about this movie. But from the stuff that I saw, the little 8 minutes, I said, this is great because 9 minutes would have been too much. And I think I would have started swearing on this show.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Very pessimistic when it comes to the views. I thought it was pretty good. Like, I saw some action. I thought the action scenes looked pretty good. One thing that did kind of bother me though was certain scenes. It was kind of obvious that he was like lip reading or like lipping the words, like the Russian words.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't seem like it was coming from his mouth all the way, and that kind of bothered me in a couple scenes.
Was your computer just buffering?
No, it was okay. Particularly when he was in the office with the big bad guy, right before he stabs him with the tooth. When the scenes were on him when he was speaking Russian, he was barely moving his mouth, but all these words were coming out. I said, "There's no way this man is."
And that thing caught me off guard. Like, if you that dangerous, everybody in there is supposed to be serving life. How come this man's not cuffed? Not him just with free hands, willy nilly, and he violent. You already know the man's violent. We're like, nah, we're gonna just let him loose.
Who knows? But
you're missing a point here. Kraven's other superpower is convenience. That's why he was able to get away with that.
Convenience, blood on.
There we
But
go. Blood
it was
on.
interesting. I'm excited to see it. I will be going to go see it Thursday night. But let's get into a couple of these comments here. Let's see here. We got here for Silhouette Anime, last non-DCU DC show live action is Sandman season 2 next year. I think that might be the final season, to be honest. That's on Netflix, right? I never really got into it. I've heard good things though.
Yeah, I heard about Sandman. Yeah.
Craving for less. We got shout out to Akil. Let's see here. We got Bill A. Thanks for being here. Trailer was good, but from what I know about Craven, the whole movie should be like that. Okay, so you think that it's going to be like action packed? Is that what you're trying to say? Like that's what's going on in the first 8 minutes. So the animator, the first prisoner he met in that 8 minutes Craven preview was the most Russian Arthur of Where the Sidewalk Ends, bushy eyebrows bloke I've ever seen. Yes, he definitely. I think their Russian looked good, right? But it was only when they got on Craven that his Russian was like somebody like ventriloquist or something was going on here. Something here. But hold on, let's see. What'd you say here? So Craven ain't no hero. I just bring in Andrew Garfield to save the movie at this point. I wish they would give him another Spider-Man movie. I would go see it in a heartbeat if they gave him another Spider-Man movie.
See that would have made it interesting if you saw him in it.
If they had him in the trailer, I think people will rush to the theaters. But they got us once with Morbius when they did that. When they had what's his name in the trailer, he wasn't even in the whole movie for real.
The Birdman. I forgot his name.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Batman. Yeah.
So I feel like Sony kind of lost some trust there. But last thing, and let me know if you guys want to get into this at the end of the episode or before the episode. But I would like to raise the question now.
Sure.
Who is the best TV Superman? The best live action TV Superman? These are our options here, guys. So I want you to move this over. And we're going to, circle back to it by the end of the episode. So people in the comments, thanks for being here. Think about it. And by the end of the episode, we're going to give our responses. But you can drop yours in the chat.
I already know my response.
Hold on tight, too. Because let's get into that. We open up. We got Lana and her boo, John Henry Irons.
Shout out to John, man. He gonna find him a white woman. It don't matter what situation.
Every time.
Well, I mean, it's still
find one. He didn't even grieve his wife for that long. He's like, I'm gonna find me a new one.
Yeah, he got a type, and it's Lana. And my thing is, are they on here day drinking at the bar? And what day is this? Because outside is bright as day. We're having
I
a
mean,
fight outside.
let's see. See, look, I would drink too if I saw that. But I'm just going to sit here and say, I mean, all the stuff that Smallville has been going through, let them have a drink 6 in the
Yeah,
morning.
they deserve a drink.
Yeah, I'd be drinking too if I was living there.
Keep in mind, Lana's the mayor. what do you
even better? Even better. You can make some of the best decisions like that.
Is it bad that whenever I see John, I think of Seal?
I've been saying that. I've been saying that.
I was
That's
like,
Seal.
Kiss from a Rose. Whenever I see John, I'm just like, that's Seal.
I would like to break into
They definitely look alike.
That's Seal.
Same taste in women too. They might be brothers. But let's outside. We have Superman getting his A kicked by Doomsday still. It was kind of sad to see. So much so the boys, his sons, Jonathan and Jordan, they tried to hop in and help him, but he was looking at them like they crazy when they came to, help their dad out. And I'm like, sir, you need the help. Like, why are we not taking it?
I wrote notes about that scene because I was like, you are getting your ass beat, but they are sloppy because when they jumped to like help their dad when he was falling, that helicopter blade could have took out their mom. They didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah.
She had the duck for they're just like, we make sure dad's good. Mom, you gonna be all right. You fought cancer. You could fight a helicopter blade.
They like rescued like two people from the helicopter. Yeah, that was that scene.
Yeah, but the blade, they didn't think about their mom.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If what's her name could be out here in these streets, where's she at? Where my girl at? Nicole, aka John Henry Iron's daughter, fighting Doomsday with her dad. These two superpowered mofos can be out here fighting
They
Doomsday.
sloppy, and the dad he knows. That's why he's looking at them.
I think that was the point. I think that was the point to tell that story on how they're still not ready. But their father, look, 9 episodes ago, what happened? Superman died. They're like, yeah, we can't be having you just die all the time. I don't know if we could keep giving you all these hearts, sir. So we're gonna need you to like not die. And I think they did right. I mean, look, if anyone was seeing their father get their ass kicked, I mean, I know if I was 5 and I saw my father getting his ass kicked, I'll try.
Yeah, you try to do something, right? But this is what also made me confused this episode. Very confused because we know Clark had his whole heart problem, right? But later in the episode, we see that, oh boy, Jonathan and Jordan Jonathan got taken out. And Jordan just did some like crazy wonky things with his eyes. And next thing you know, Jordan's heart is back to pumping. And they're, good as new. So I'm like, what was that? It wasn't really explained what that power was.
I don't know. The whole family got congestive heart failure, man, like a black family.
But if you got one that can just magic away the issue, how come that wasn't done when old Superman needed a heart, when his joint was like falling apart?
Well, I mean, they took his heart out.
Yeah.
And then also, too, he has the heart of a 60-year-old. This is what is he, 16, 17? Yeah, he could do that. Now heart would just be bounced right back out of his body again. Weird, because he did like the...
Yeah, but the thing is, the heart was gone. But when Lex stepped on it, he could have theoretically just did this thing right here. But,
I felt very uncomfortable with this. I don't know what's happening here. What is he doing? What is he doing? Is he crying? Sounds like he's about to trip and fall.
I don't understand that part. But it looks like we have some comments here. What do you guys have to say in the comments? We got Bill A. John Henry has a thing for double L's. Who's double L's? So CGI took a dump.
Oh snap! I didn't even realize that it is double L.
Yeah, Lois Lane, Lana Lane. So if it's a double L, he's going to be at your door.
Oh yeah. I thought the CGI looked good for Doomsday this episode.
I did too. I thought it looked better than the Batman versus Superman movie.
And I agree with that. But there were certain spots in the show where it did look like you could tell like they were running out of their funds here. They were just trying to make the best out of what they got, because there were a few times where you could really, I mean, we all know what CGI is, no real big giant monster walking around, but it looked really CW-ish. So I do see what you mean by that.
Okay, I like the final episode, but I feel that knowing this is the last season, the whole end of the season should have been as good. Okay, so you feel like the season overall wasn't that good, but the final episode was. I I can see that. I honestly wish that there was a little more action, but clearly they had to use a lot of the budget for the final scene. So I'm guessing that's why. Not the final scene, like the final fight. So I figured maybe that's why.
Mhm.
Hey, DeAndre, thanks for being here. Their budget ran out this episode in parts.
Yes, that.
Oh, we got Natalie. Okay, excuse me, Natalie. I know something with the N, the daughter's name. But hold on, we got our boy here, American Dream. They are still half human. Okay, maybe it's the human side that caused this spark here.
That's not the sound that man made, man.
But of course, with the boys' help, they were able to kind of take out Doomsday, and it took a little bit more than the boys too. It took John Henry Irons, everyone. They
Good.
This whole scene here where we see how Superman was kind of giving him the dodge with the fist, and also we got Mjolnir here in the scene. And I don't know what y'all didn't the whole fight in Smallville kind of look like Thor movie 1 at the end when they were fighting it in the town.
That big gray Doomsday looking thing. I know what you're talking about. I can see the genre, but I didn't think that at all. But I see. Yeah, look at this right here. Don't it look a little wonky right there?
But that's because it's a still shot. It's a still shot of a moving thing.
Even when he was moving, it was kind of. If I could use a SpongeBob reference, it's creepy when it moves, and that's how I look when I saw it.
I think it looked pretty good.
I ain't mind it. I knew what I was getting into. I'm watching CW.
Yeah,
I thought that was like high
There you
caliber
go.
for CW.
I've seen worse. I've seen way
worse on the Flash.
Even the Flash CGI was real wonky, and Asia was supposed to have a big budget too. But they were able to. Superman was able to get Doomsday up into the sun, and we were kind of speculating as to how they could defeat or how they would be able to defeat Doomsday. And essentially, Doomsday just gave up. He was in the sun. He's like, "Look, I'm tired."
That's not even he was tired. I honestly just had this conversation with my mother because she liked this. That she liked this spot. I said I did not. I felt like it was anticlimactic because, he gets knocked out. They're like, "Oh, let's take him to the sun. He'll die. We just gotta get him before he gains consciousness." And then for some reason, all of a sudden, he remembers that he was Bizarro. Where was this? The last 8 episodes. So I just thought it was just a convenience thing. Oh, right, I'm Bizarro. And my mother broke it down very well because she said he remembered who he was. He wasn't a bad guy. Bizarro was in this other universe. He was their Superman. But Lex Luthor made him this monster. And he realized, I have to kill myself because if I keep being around, I'm going to kill more people, which I was for. But, him just flying into the sun, almost just my time is up. Even when he put his hand out, it reminded me of that scene of Man of Steel where the father, and he says, "No, Clark, I don't want to be your father anymore." And then he gets sucked up by the tornado or something like that.
I agree.
I didn't like it. Go ahead, Akil.
I felt like that scene was anticlimactic. Him remembering his family, I took it as he was like, "I ain't going back to them people. Let me go in the sun. I ain't trying to." He thought he started remembering his wife bitching at him all the time. He's like, "I'm gonna end it
oh
now."
my God.
He's like, "I'm gonna end this now. I'm gonna just."
The only reason I
remember
didn't like
Lois yelling at him, he's like, "Damn, bro, I was out here wilding.
No,
I'm gonna go ahead and end this."
It's just redundant because I feel like we went over this in previous episodes when he recognized Lois as very looking just like his wife, and he remembered who he was in that episode, right? Mm-hmm. So to do it again kind of feels redundant, "Oh, I remember who I am, just kill me now." And also kind of sad because he was trying to get home at the end of the last episode. So why give up when you have at least are still trying to get home. So I don't know if I like this.
He gave up, man. He's the toxic Superman. He's the future of Superman.
I want to highlight this comment right here. Summer, I believe it was. They said they referenced Doomsday Bizarro Memories in episode 7. And I think you're correct because I think that's the one where he looked at Lois and then he flew off, and that's when what's his name? Lex didn't have no more control over him. Doomsday wanted to end his suffering.
Being here, Doomsday wanted to end his suffering. Is this? Oh, this is the comment you're talking. They referenced Doomsday Bizarro Memories in episode 7. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why are they doing it again? It's that part seemed a little redundant, in my opinion. Why are we doing this over and over?
Lois got that good, man. She got all these men going crazy. She got John. She got Bizarro. She got Superman.
You're right.
Everybody wanted a piece of Lois.
And also, you're missing him too.
Even I feel like Lex secretly got
absolutely. Yeah, it was like pretty much he was playing cat and mouse, and for whatever reason, he just likes to do that because he was way too obsessed with her not to be like he wasn't feeling no damn Lois Lane.
Yeah.
He was feeling Lois Lane. And also too, he almost kicked Clark's ass. He probably said,
I feel like he definitely wanted to hate bang Lois. I definitely feel like I get that energy. He just
wow, yeah, I have some googling to do later because what hate bang? I hate.
She's superior showing her true colors. She out here wild.
Look, I read a lot. I read a lot of books. How girls read books. I don't know if y'all can see my shirt.
I don't know what you do on the
There's
weekend.
enemies to lovers is a trope, guys. Okay, enemies to lovers is a very popular trope in books. But Lex did try to kill another woman that he allegedly loved, which is what was her name? Amanda.
Oh, Amanda. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he tried to, off her in the car. So she realizes that he's really not in love with her. What?
The Asian hate. Let's have the Asian hate in them, man.
Hold up. No, Lex Luthor is freaking hilarious here because they have this call and she's like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You can have your stock and all this stuff. And he's right behind him, like, I'm sorry too. I'm ready to blow her to smithereens. I said, this is the most violent episode of Iron Man I've ever seen in my freaking life.
Yeah. But luckily the boy saved her. And that kind of convinced her to tell her truth about Lex globally, right? To the world, to the media. So of course that pisses Lex off. He coming around, messing around with little teenage boys, trying to fight him.
He always ready to beat with kids, man. Like, what's his dude's problem? On site too, he'll fight the child.
And it's always this one. Why is he always going after
Jordan? No. Let's not.
Jordan got my nerves too. He got that look.
Thank you. I was gonna say, let's not act like anyone cares. Lois didn't care. Lex don't care. This panel don't care. Please, let's not act like all of a sudden everyone is, we care for Jordan now. Lex was doing God's work.
He's always picking out Jordan out of the bunch. I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
Jordan the evil child. So take
you gotta remember too. Jordan, he confronted him first all them episodes ago. So I think he never forgot that, and that's why he always goes towards Jordan first.
Okay.
I think so.
Was this Lex a skinhead? Because that was the vibes I was getting from him when they first introduced him.
Maybe he was in the prison trying to take.
When he was in the prison, it seemed like he joined the Aryan Brotherhood.
He was just taking over everybody. Who knows?
Yeah, he was taking over but the gangs that they showed them with. I was just like, is this a skinhead Lex? Like, I thought that would be an interesting take if they were going to go that route, but it seemed like they tiptoed around it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Only because his girl, right? She's Asian. They don't do that.
Hey, that don't stop him.
No.
Hey.
But when Superman sees that he's beating up on his boy, he come up and shoot him up in the sky. Of course, Lex is prepared. He shoots him with this whole kryptonite bullet thing. Gets stuck in Clark's chest. But he overcame. He snatched that junk right on out. And Lex came at him a couple times, right? And whole time Clark was giving him this speech like, yo, you came after my family and punched him. You came after my town, punched him.
I felt that.
Yeah. And I'm like, how many times is Lex going to keep coming back? He's punching your daylights out every time. And he finally comes for the final time. And Superman punched him so hard the metal
punch the man's drawers off. That's what you gotta do. You gotta embarrass Lex because he's so rich. You gotta do a public embarrassment like Deep Handsome or something like that. You got to embarrass him on a large scale to get to him.
He should have let him die because he was falling from the sky. Would have just let him.
Honestly, that was too close for me because even with Lex, it looked like Lex's tailbone hit the ground, but Superman caught him just in time. No, because that was pretty damn close. If you look at it, it was like boom.
Yeah.
And then it was just so close. I was going to say, did he save him?
He was thinking about it. He was thinking about not saving him. That's what it looked like.
No, absolutely not. No.
But let's get into some of these comments here. Anything that I missed. We got Silhouette Anime. Supergirl CGI was a nightmare. I never on there. Not that much.
No, not so.
Hold on. He's got Amanda probably run the LexCorp now because he's in jail. Somebody need to run it. She said she's going to resign in the morning. How about resign immediately? She didn't make sure she, got her funds in order. You can't just quit your job. She had to make sure things are lined up to give her 24 hours at least. What else we got here? We got, Bruno gets to sit for the rest of his life. Yeah, we do get Bruno comes back in this episode. And not only that, One of my complaints, and what I was saying in earlier episodes, is how Bruno shouldn't have gave Lois any information because because Clark never came back and helped Suicide Slums ever, even though he was, talking all of that game. But it does seem like they were trying to make efforts at the end of the episode to branch out into Suicide Slums and kind of like do some saving there and like some
Superman coming to the HUD to rescue it, man. That's awesome.
Hopefully, because he's doing it all in Smallville and Metropolis. Why not over here too? So that looks to be something that's going to take place in Smallville and Suicide Slums. Mm-hmm. But of course, after the battle with Lex, we flash forward a year. And not to mention, we got Brainiac got taken back.
That ain't no damn Brainiac.
That's
the guy still fixing some files or some shit.
Google it. Is Brainiac. But
he might be a Riddler.
One year from the fight, we're at a wedding. We see the most disgusting couple on the show, Chrissy and
I can't stand him, man. He's so toxic.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm glad everyone doesn't like him. Okay, I'm so glad. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I get mad whenever I sound like, "What your trifling ass out here doing, man?
Cheating on your wife and going to bring this. How you going to bring your mistress to the to the wedding?"
And then you got her pregnant with three. She got three boys. They said
she got one and one on the way. Apparently,
I think
that's nasty work.
I felt like when they said two boys, they were meaning that boy and calling Uncle Heineken a boy too, because they're having a girl on the way.
Yeah. So no, they have another boy on the way.
Oh, they have another boy. You know what's so funny?
On the way, yeah.
You know, it's so funny because I stepped away from it. I was going in between shows. So earlier in this episode, you were showing how John and Lana, they were together, but they were talking about, hey, we've been on 4 dates. We better get to see each other. Maybe this is not going to work. So when I saw a wedding, because I didn't realize it was a time skip, immediately I said, wait, so after this, I just said, bump it, let's get married?
Yeah.
I had no idea a whole year went by.
It's from a rose. Look at them.
I had to watch it twice because I missed it the first time too, the whole 1 year later thing. But yeah, it is 1 year later. And this wedding still does seem a little out of like nowhere, only because we never really saw them in a relationship hardly ever outside of this one episode. And the one episode when they went on their very first date, like over there by the movies, we haven't even really seen them together for real. So it's like,
and you know what? I think that was them just trying to tie in a lot of loose ends. I feel like we would have got. So I read before that there was supposed to be like several seasons. I think they would have got there, but since they said this is the last season, let's just put everything together. Let's do, because I mean I hear what you're saying, but I also could say why does I forget his name, but her ex-husband and the girl already have a kid. Like they didn't even build to that. I mean, not even they built it. We knew that they were going to have a kid, but we never got there. Is my point.
And then, like, how let the coochie rest? Like this baby is a newborn baby right here. You just had a baby and you're pregnant again with another baby girl. Get it together.
That's nasty work. He even let it.
Y'all talking. You know what's funny? Y'all talking all this stuff about nasty. I'm sorry. I just want to hit up a spot here. I know we were going all over the place, but the spot where Superman and Doomsday was fighting, and he was going to take Doomsday to the sun, and Lois did something like this. I didn't realize she said, "I love you," but at first I thought she was doing something with her mouth. I said, "Lois, control yourself, lady."
She's like, "Come back home."
To
this.
Yeah, I said, "There's kids here, Lois. You nasty."
But yeah, this is what we see again. This is their wedding. Lois officiates it. Of course, you know who had to sock his girl.
Just a buzzkill. Go somewhere.
Yeah, he's always where she is. Wherever she is, here he is. It's like
she don't even seem like she like him. She's just like, oh God, here he is.
Right? Yeah. Look at that smile. That's the smile of. You gotta talk to him. God, please. I'm sick of him smile.
That's just sad.
I feel like because me and C, we do the show a lot, and we've made it like, oh wow, we do the show a lot. But none of us ever like really liked Jordan. So when I saw him come on there, I immediately said, "Oh yeah, no, I can see someone writing right now like this is terrible."
Yeah, but we got some good news here. Our co-host has arrived, Vic.
He's here.
Yo, what's up?
What's good, yeah? How you doing?
Vibrating Vic.
Vibrating Vic, the vibrating one.
Yeah, already. Yeah, already.
Oh my God!
I forgot all about that. That's funny.
But what did you think of the wedding here, Vic? Since you're coming, just as we're discussing the wedding between Lana and Seal.
This wedding was so small town and so right on the money. Like they had a barn wedding, bro. The wedding, Lana's wedding dress was so simple. How is she getting walked out by Clark?
Right.
Her ex-man. Like, yo.
Tell Billy stuff. And not only that, now that you bring it up, she getting married in the same barn that Kyle and Chrissy was supposed to get married like 3 episodes ago.
Facts.
Nasty work.
Wow.
So now we're gonna blame the Kents for this. We're gonna blame the Kents for
yes.
I bet
they're a family. They open their doors for everybody. Everyone's
you got
that might be the only venue in town.
It is. I think it is. I bet you the reception was at the diner.
Okay.
Go to Cracker Barrel after the reception.
Nah, they don't got enough people for a Cracker Barrel.
Oh
Oh.
Let's get it here. So the wedding thing was one of the series finales checklist things, along with growing up through the years and after life ending. Okay, so you think it was just something that they had to check off? Okay, checking those boxes. Okay, I can see that.
I can see that. I once again think they just wanted to just tie in a lot of loose ends that they just couldn't. They had to rush this. They had to rush.
Straight up, yeah. I think this whole thing felt super rushed.
Yeah, but they had to. They had to. Shout out to American Dude. Thanks for being here. He says, "Rest in peace, Lois and Clark." Yeah, man. And this is when it starts to get a little sad. We see in the kitchen, they're talking about what their legacy will be, right? Because they're thinking, now that the boys are getting older, what are we leaving behind, right? And they mentioned this line. I put it here because I was like, is this from the comics? Lois says, we want to be remembered for truth, justice. And Clark says, and a better tomorrow. And I feel like that is a line from the comics or something.
Yeah, it's the American way, but like it's a better tomorrow now. They want to be more inclusive.
Yeah, the American way feels like it used to be that, and then they maybe altered it for the show.
Yeah, they're literally filming this in Canada. This is Vancouver. Like every time I was like, this is Vancouver. That barn, that's Vancouver. Like even the extras in the background, I could tell. I'm Canadian, so I could tell they're Canadian. They just like that happiness spark in their eye. I don't know.
Hold on. I'm glad you post that picture because two things here. I'm sorry, 2 things here. Once again, I missed that this was a time skip because immediately I said, "Who the hell are these men?"
Fact.
And the second thing is, and I found this very interesting because I was looking up some stuff just for the show and for my memory. But one of them, I can't tell who, but that is actually Lois Lane, the actress, her husband.
Her husband, yeah.
Wow! Which one?
On the right.
I think it's okay. There we go.
It's the one on the right in the gray.
Yeah, don't they look like characters from that show From?
What?
I haven't watched From, but I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah, they look like creatures from From.
And the funny thing is, because I didn't know that was her husband, but I didn't know who these people were, so I said, "Yo, these guys must have the best paycheck ever," because they did absolutely nothing. All they did was
no lines. Yeah, so you don't have
no lines. I would love to get paid like that, so I'm very envious.
But we do see Lois and Clark, they're aging, they're getting older. And
she didn't even age. They gave the woman some bangs, man. That's it.
You know what? I thought the same thing until they did the close-up. I didn't get a screenshot of her, but I did get a screenshot of Clark. And
with him, they aged him with they did a little salt and pepper, but with her, she
they
just
look back close-ups of her face when she's in bed with cancer again. She did
look old. I always find it interesting too when they fast forward. What was this, like 20 years into the future?
32 years or something.
And they always find a way to make these people look much older. Because I was looking at Clark, I said, "Geez, this show aged you," and I realized that was just the makeup. Look at him. Oh.
Yeah, because I did the math. He was 37, then he lived for 32 more years, so he died at 69.
Yeah, 69.
Which
is miraculous, given that the dad was 60, so he had a 60-year-old heart. So the heart is like 90 years old.
Wear and tear. He should have went and stole him a young one.
Too late. He had to get what he can get. He was dead in the grave, child. I'm sure. He had to
the one thing that I found weird about it is how everybody aged, how they aged together, and how the kids aged. and all of that, and they're all supposed to be super. I was hoping, like, look, when this kid's face started turning red, I was hoping for a spinoff.
Straight not for nothing.
Spinning off nothing. He's gonna spin some wheels. That's it.
Right.
Go nowhere.
But it's funny you say that too, because like there's a spot here where it was like, man, this could have either like if there was more season, how cool would this been? But when you see the scene of Superman and the Superboys and they got the costumes, and I gotta say, once again, they do Jordan wrong because Jordan's costume looked like pure trash. Jonathan looked like Jordan looked like he's getting ready to go to Party City and say, yay. But there's a scene with all of them, and then you have Still, and I forget what they call Starlight, I think is her name. And when I see it, and I thought it was cool because you see Still, and he has the cape, and that's kind of similar to what the costume is in the comics. But I just hate that mask so much. I hate the mask so much.
I wish I would have got that picture too. I know which one you're talking. When everyone comes out flying in their costumes, I didn't get it, but I did get an image of Crypto. We do get a Crypto in this series. I thought that was cute.
Crypto Kryptonian or just a regular dog? He
got
that.
He's supposed to be.
I think he's supposed to be Kryptonian, but I think this one is just a regular dog.
Yeah, they made it seem like this is just a regular dog because he was bad.
That whole thing was just filler.
That was just a callback. That was just something for if you know the Superman lore, you have Crypto. You're like, I know Crypto, but he is the normie dog. That's not Crypto. That's the cousin that don't get paid.
Yeah. I think he was just a normal dog. They didn't have enough time to edit all the. Oh yeah, he's actually, it don't been too much dialogue, too much, dropping to add. And oh yeah, he's actually Kryptonian. There were too many questions, so they didn't leave us with no questions.
This was all speed up. It was just really. This is really for us who know who Crypto is.
Yeah.
Could it be because of James Gunn has Crypto in the next Superman movie? Is it one of those things where
I think it's a little. I think it's a little bit of that, and I think also too, like how C was saying. They didn't have enough time. They're like, oh, we got to wrap this up in another. They
didn't have that budget for the CGI dog, I guess.
No, they usually don't do that.
But they did have the budget for Ghost Dad when he's finally dying in the bed. We got his spirit rising up from the body, and they have like this really beautiful, him going through. I guess not necessarily his memories, but him kind of leading himself to the afterlife by remembering certain things about his life. And he mentions how his life was all about love and forgiveness and family and yada, yada, yada. And when he gets to the end, at leaving outside of the house, presumably to go off into an alien heaven, when Superman dies, does he go to heaven or is he an alien?
I think there's a difference here. So I actually thought about this. So he said when he died, it was just darkness. And for whatever reason, when he, because I don't understand this Kryptonian kind of like technology, but when he died, he went to that Kryptonian thing. Remember that thing where his parents was and everything like that?
Yeah.
And this one he actually goes to heaven, or however, because they never say where he goes. I mean, I don't think Superman don't know.
Well, he does see.
The first one was play death. That's why.
Oh.
He died the same way as what was that actor that said that happened to him? Al Pacino. He said nothing happened to him when he died.
Oh, I don't have no idea.
Oh, well, that's what happened to Superman. He didn't see nothing, but that second time was for real.
I guess.
That's why.
Because he saw Lois and I feel like this is the same dress from season 3. Yeah, so it's very beautiful. So I guess that answers the question: does Superman go to heaven? Yes.
I did want to answer this question because I see Silhouette here, and I thought this was interesting. And no, just a little bit up. He said, "Why is Lex in heaven?" I don't believe that.
Got me mad. Like, why are you talking to your ops? And he cried.
I'm laughing because I do agree. It's probably purgatory, but no, I believe what it is after that. Once again, trying to wrap up all these things, they're showing stuff of what. Because I don't believe Lana and John are dead.
Yeah, I don't think it's heaven. That wasn't heaven. That was him remembering his life. Yeah.
Right. Because there was even one with the grandkids, right? Remember there was a bunch of kids there and everything.
Yeah, the grandkids. And also Jonathan and Jordan were like aged down to how we would see them in the show. Yeah. So, I think it was just him remembering him getting to the point of death. Walking
there. Yeah.
But that was the end of the episode. So with that being said, guys, right? All we know, and I'll bring it up here for Vic as well. Who is the best TV Superman? Live action only, no cartoons. Who do you feel? And I'll start with you, Jack. Again, we got on to left to right, we have Lois and Clark Superman. We have, of course, Superman and Lois. We have Smallville, and we have this little known Superboy from like the late
Why you even put that man at the end like somebody gonna remember him?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. See, I'm sitting because I was struggling there. I was like, "Who the hell is that?"
Look, all right, we just pretend like he ain't there. We'll do his
Random
top three. We got
Superman.
But I do appreciate C doing that. Shout out to you, madam. I'm gonna go first here. Lois, the first one, absolutely not. I think we did a review on that, and I said I will never. Smallville, I've always heard great things about it, but I just don't have time watching all those seasons. Superboy, no. But I gotta go with our guy right here. I mean, I've been review. He honestly made me a fan of Superman. You know, because you know how I always rag on Superman, OP, and stuff like that. But I think he's done a fantastic job bringing out Superman. So I'm gonna go with our guy. What's his name? Taylor.
all right.
Oh, Tyler. I don't know. You get it.
Yeah. What about you, Akil?
As much as I love Smallville, he never became Superman until the last episode. We just got Clark Kent, and then he went by the Blur.
Okay.
He was never officially Superman until the very last episode. They never even show you him in the suit. So I'm gonna disqualify him and make Tyler the best Superman.
Okay. All right, Vic. You got Vic.
I never seen Smallville, right?
Okay.
Maybe like 1 or 2 episodes back in those days during like Smallville and Chill. But the other one, the 90s Superman, I saw a little bit of that, you know, so I'll give it to him. This Superman, the only reason why this era Superman, I probably give him a number 2 is because the story was compelling. He had kids and he died.
Okay.
I've never seen Superman before. So yeah.
Like Superman's biggest op in this show was like the economy. Like he was going through mortgage rates rising, foreclosures. I was like, damn, like life is really lifing for Superman right now.
And then mind you, I don't know if he fucked Lana in Smallville, but they kind of brought that back.
No, he was with Lana and the.
I'm trying to remember, did they smash or not?
I don't know. I don't think so. I heard Lex did. Yeah, Lex.
Yeah,
Lex smashed.
I don't know if Lex smashed it. I know they kind of like had a thing in the later seasons, but I will say for me, it's hard because I'm very much a Smallville girl. So I know Tom Welling's Superman. That's the one I'm most familiar with and the one I grew up with. Sure. But this Superman that we get in Superman and Lois is also very compelling, also very good. And he's Superman throughout the series. So if I'm just going based off nostalgia, I'm going with Tom. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what you got to say in the comments, Silhouette. Talk about no Tom. Yes, Tom.
You know,
Tom for me.
Can you put that picture up one more time? I'm sorry, put that picture up one more time.
Stature-wise, he's the most Superman-looking one. Everyone else is like a little shorter and a little bit not as in shape.
Look at this. He's not even wearing the costume.
He's got the colors, and he does get in the costume in the final episode of this. And plus, he was the longest Superman. He was Superman for like 10 plus seasons.
Yeah, 10 seasons. But again, he was never really Superman. He was Clark.
Well,
I heard that the most compelling person in that show was Lex.
Oh yeah, Lex was great. Lex was good. But let's get into 1 or 2 of these comments before we end the show. He said, no Lois in the Superboy show. Oh, yeah, she wasn't there. And hi, Kay. Thanks for being here. Hi. So, yeah, that was the series finale of the show. Overall, I really enjoyed this series. And I want to ask you guys, if you were able to do a spinoff of any of the Arrowverse shows, right? Which show would you give it to for a spinoff?
Oh, easy. I gotta say Black Lightning. I feel like they got robbed. Only 4 seasons, and I honestly, I was talking to my mom about this with Superman and Lois. The way that this ended, I wouldn't touch it.
Okay. What about you, Vic?
There's something with the boys.
Oh, so you want to do a spinoff with Jordan and Jonathan?
Something could happen with them. Even though that they showed this whole like blip and they showed different people for them, like, you know, they could do some type of a spinoff where they get into their own powers and do this thing. I personally would love to see that little justice team thing that they had going on.
That's what
you know what I mean, with all of them flying, like that's what it's called, Just As You. But I mean, But yeah, I would have loved to see that because this whole episode I was looking for a spinoff.
Okay.
But you know, I feel like they could just pull it out of their asses if they wanted to. But yeah, something with the boys.
All right. What about you, Akel?
Honestly, I feel like CW is creatively bankrupt, so
Okay.
I don't want a spinoff from them.
Okay.
I'm happy with the direction James Gunn is going. I'm looking forward to Creature Commandos. That's going to introduce us to the universe that he's creating.
Okay.
I'm happy for the new Green Lantern series we're gonna have.
Nice.
Mhm.
So like 4 different Green Lanterns. So I'm like, yo, let CW die. I feel like this is the best season finale for a CW show because they
Okay.
all got worse. And this show, I felt like at least tried to leave with some integrity because the
Mhm.
Flash ended bad,
Yeah.
Arrow ended bad. Like I could go on Batwoman ended bad. Like this ended on a somber high note.
Okay. For me, I'm with Jack over there. I would love to see Painkiller spinoff to this day.
Hell
I really
no.
wish they brought that.
Hell
But yeah, that was the show, guys. Thank you for being here. Please like the video if you like the video, and join us for the next show. We're going to be talking about what's the show we're talking about next? Jack, you brought it up.
Oh, Supercell?
Supercell. Join us, Supercell. We haven't decided the day. I think we're still in discussion. I want to say we said possibly Thursdays for Supercell. But yeah, join us for that. And also, Akil, you have anything you'd like to plug before you end the episode?
I don't have anything going on. I got a comedy show if you're in North Carolina.
Hey.
Tomorrow. But
all right.
other than that, I'm gonna start back podcasting in January. Keep
Okay.
y'all posted.
Ooh.
I got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of movies, Wicked, so many things I've watched that I got a back catalog of things to talk about, movies, video games. I'm gonna be busy.
All right. All right. Well, don't
Look
forget to
forward to
follow
it.
the Bacchanal podcast on YouTube
Oh,
and
oh,
also
no,
their
no,
Instagram
no.
page. And also us on YouTube. See the Superior and Unpopular.review Entertainment. And we will see you guys later this week. Talk to you later. Goodbye. See ya.